So, what if I told you that there's a playbook for persuasion, one that was written over 2,000 years ago, that pretty much explains everything from a viral marketing campaign to a presidential debate? Well, today, we're cracking open that playbook and decoding the timeless strategies of the master of rhetoric himself, Aristotle.
All right, let's jump right in. Have you ever stopped and wondered why some ideas just click? Why certain speeches get you fired up and ready to go, while others are totally forgotten the second they're over? Well, I can tell you it is not an accident. There really is a kind of formula behind the most powerful messages we hear every day, a system that makes communication truly compelling. And the amazing part, this system isn't new at all.
Yeah, the answer isn't some new age marketing trick. It's actually an ancient framework put together by the Greek philosopher Aristotle, who literally sat down and broke apart the entire art of persuasion.
So, Aristotle found that there are three core appeals that almost every persuasive message uses. He called them ethos, pathos, and logos. The best way to think about them is as a rhetorical triangle. They are the essential ingredients for any argument that's actually going to connect with people and convince them. First up, we have ethos. This is all about the person speaking. Are they trustworthy? Do they seem like they actually know what they're talking about? Ethos is the entire foundation of credibility.
And it really boils down to this simple idea right here on the slide. A speaker who seems to have integrity, real expertise, and sincerity is just going to be more persuasive. It's because we don't just hear the words, we're sizing up the person who's saying them.
Aristotle basically gave us a little checklist for credibility. You just ask yourself, does the speaker seem intelligent, like they have some practical wisdom? Do they have good moral character? And maybe the most important one, do I feel like they actually care about me, that they have my best interests at heart? If you can nail all three, your credibility just skyrockets.
All right, let's talk about the second pillar, pathos. This is the appeal to emotion. Look, a purely logical argument might be technically correct, but a message that connects with our feelings, our values, and our beliefs, that's the one that really sticks with us and gets us to act.
And it's so important to realize, pathos isn't just about making people feel sad or happy. It's about building an emotional bridge. The best speakers, they tap into everything, our sympathy, our joy, our fears, even our righteous anger, to make their message absolutely unforgettable.
And finally, we have logos, which is the appeal to logic. This is the brains of the operation, the substance of the argument itself. It's kind of like the intellectual architecture that holds the whole message together.
Logos is built with the tools of reason, right? Clear evidence, solid facts, good examples, and just a logical flow. Without solid logos, even the most credible and emotional speaker is going to have an argument that just falls apart as soon as you look at it closely.
Okay. But this is where Aristotle's playbook gets really, really practical. I mean, he didn't just tell us what logos is, he showed us exactly how to build it. He gave us the actual tools for putting together a logical and persuasive case. He zeroed in on two main methods for logical proof that are just surprisingly powerful, the enthymeme and the example, and they represent two totally different ways of leading an audience to a conclusion. Okay, let's break this down. On the left, you've got the enthymeme. Think of it as a logical shortcut. It's deductive. So the speaker might say, Socrates is mortal because he's human, and they leave out the obvious part that everyone already knows. All humans are mortal. By letting you fill in that blank, it makes you an active part of the argument. Super clever. Then on the right, you have the example. This is inductive. It builds a case from the ground up, using specific stories or instances to lead you toward a bigger general conclusion.
So now we've got the tools, ethos, pathos, and logos. But where do we actually use them? Well, Aristotle classified all speeches into three distinct genres, and each one is perfect for a different situation and a different goal. And his categories are just brilliantly simple. It's all based on time. So if you're arguing about the past, what happened, that's forensic, like you'd see in a courtroom. If you're debating the future, what should we do, that's deliberative. Think of any political debate. And if you're focused on the present, praising or blaming someone right now, that's epidictic. A wedding toast is a perfect example of that.
So, let's bring it all home. After more than 2,000 years, why does this ancient framework still matter so much? Because once you understand it, you get this brand new lens for seeing the world. You start to see the machinery of persuasion working absolutely everywhere.
And now we can go back to Aristotle's own definition of rhetoric, and it all just clicks into place. See, rhetoric isn't about tricking people or manipulation. It's about seeing all the available means, the ethos, pathos, and logos that can be used to make your point effectively.
And you better believe this isn't just ancient history. Ethos, pathos, and logos are working hard in every single political ad you see, every news story you read, every presentation at work, and for sure, every social media feed you scroll through. They're like the invisible architecture of our modern world.
So now you have the playbook. You can spot the appeals to credibility, to emotion, and to logic. The only real question left is this: who is persuading you right now, and how exactly are they doing it?